Okay, welcome everybody to our last workout for this week. It's going to be workout number 5 in our CYO Home Workout Series. This is called the alphabet workout. This is a fun one. Usually when we get to the end of the week, after a lot of workouts and some of them grueling, some of them high intensity, I like to come up with a fun one for Friday. So this one today is going to be called the alphabet workout. We're going to go through each one of the letters in the alphabet, which is going to correspond to an exercise with a certain amount of reps. And the goal on this one is we're going to spell out our names. So for some of you that have shorter names, it's going to be relatively quicker and easier. And for some of you that have longer ones, it's going to be a little bit of a better workout. But what I would say is that if you have a shorter name, think about doing obviously your first and your last name. Think about maybe adding in some of your parent's name or your kid's name or a friend's name, just so that we're trying to get up to that 30 minutes a day that our goal is for getting the level of activity that we're looking for. So I'm going to go through real quickly. Some of them are real simple, and a lot of them you guys already know. I'm not going to do the workout today with you guys, but I'm going to demonstrate each one so that we're all on the same page with form, and we'll go through that right now. All right, so we'll start with the letter A. All right, for letter A, I've got 10 burpees on this workout. So with the burpees, with our last workout that we just did, and with some of the other workouts, we haven't been adding the push-up. This one is for reps, it's not for time. So what I want us to do is I want us to add that push-up in today. All right, so when we do the burpees, we're gonna do our normal start standing up, putting our hands down. We're gonna go all the way down into that push-up, and then we're gonna come straight up. All right, so for a total of 10 reps. If you have the letter A in your first or last name. So for B, we're going to do a 1-minute plank. That's just a regular plank. Again, use a timer on your phone or on your watch and try to make sure we can get through that entire interval. It's just a basic forearm plank, trying to maintain that straight back. For C, we're going to do our 20 push-ups. Again, very simple, just our basic push-ups, keeping our back flat, going all the way up and down. And what I would say is that when we're doing those push-ups, if you're not able to get through all 20 without stopping, take a break for a second, all right, and then complete the next set. Break it up into 2 sets of 10, 5 sets of 4, whatever is easier for you to kind of get through it and maintaining that form. And one of the other things I forgot to mention in some of the other workouts is there's always a modification to some of these exercises, all right? So if you can't do a normal push-up with good form, what I would say is, obviously we can do a modified push-up where we're down on our knees. We put our feet up off the ground and we just lower ourselves up and back that way while we're on our knees the whole time. So that way we're still challenging our upper body, our core a little bit, but it's not as taxing as a normal push-up. Letter D is going to be 40 jumping jacks. That's very basic. We all remember how to do jumping jacks. E is going to be 15 air squats. All right, so with air squats, we're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart, our toes pointed forward. All right, I like to put my hands out and imagine that you're sitting in an imaginary chair behind you. All right, so we're going to go down till our legs get to about 90 degrees. We're going to go all the way back up. All right, so we're challenging our legs by getting down deep into that squat. And again, all of these exercises today are for reps. So really try to control that form and that pace so that we're doing everything being mindful of the exercise or the muscles that we're trying to work. All right, so straight up and down 15 times with our air squats. F is 1 minute of alternating side lunges. All right, so the couple of timed exercises that we do have, most of them are cardio or leg type exercises. The side lunges are basically stepping out and back with each foot. All right, so if you notice again, my knees never get completely straight, and I'm just going side to side with my legs, always keeping a slight bend in my knees while I'm doing that entire exercise. And again, that's going to be for 1 minute. All right, we are on letter G, which is 15 crunches. All right, so for 15 crunches, we're now attacking that core. All right, so when we do our core exercises, again, crunches, we're going to be making sure that our upper back comes off the mat or the floor. We put our hands behind our head and focus on not just yanking at your neck, but really trying to bring the whole upper portion of your back off the ground. All right, my hands are not pulling leash, we're going to do our calf raises. This is a new exercise that we haven't done yet in any of our previous workouts. We're going to find a step outside on your porch or on the staircase at home inside your house. All right, so for our calf raises, we're going to position the balls of our feet and our toes on the edge of a step. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly drop those heels of both feet, and then we're going to push up. All right, so this is nice and slow and controlled. So every time we go down with our heels and we rock back up and push up off the balls of those feet, we're actually going to, that's 1 rep. All right, so every time I go down and up, we got to do that 30 times. All right, so these are focusing primarily just on the calves. All right, you should feel a nice stretch in there. Go down as far as you feel comfortable with when you're dropping the heel, and then as we push up through the balls of our feet, we're getting the extension in our calf muscle. Okay, letter I is sumo squats. All right, so in this case, for letter I, we're going to be doing 20 sumo squats. So before we had regular air squats, in the sumo squat, we're going to position our feet differently. Our feet are going to be pointed out in this wide angle. And what we're going to do is we're going to challenge different leg muscles a little bit more, the hip flexors, as we do a squat in this position. All right, you're going to feel it differently in your legs. Okay, so you're going to maintain that foot position the whole time as you sit down in that imaginary chair again and challenge those legs. And again, you should feel it a little bit more in your hip flexors here as it widens the base a little bit and it stretches more of those muscles in that area. All right, so once we get done with that, we're now on to J, which is 20 mountain climbers. That's like we've always done. All right, so with 20 mountain climbers, we want to make sure our feet are nice and light as we go through that motion. And each time we do left and right foot, that's 1. All right, so basically you're doing 40 mountain climbers because we've got to get each foot counted before we count that 1 rep. All right, K is 15 tricep dips. So like our first workout that we did with the deck of cards, we're going to find a chair or the edge of a couch. Now on this one, we're going to keep both feet on the ground, and we're just going to have our toes up again like we did before, and we're just going to push straight up and down to get those triceps. And remember, we don't want to be too far away from the chair in order to do that exercise, all right? So that we make sure that we're not putting too much strain on those shoulders. Letter L, we're going to be back on the 1-minute plank. All right, so again, that's just for time. Same deal, keep your back nice and straight, tighten up that core. N is going to be 20 lunges. All right, so we're going back to the legs. So with our lunges, what we want to do is we want to do a forward lunge. We want to step forward. We want to drop that back knee. We're going to do both the left and the right, which is going to make 1 rep. So every time, again, we do left and right, that's 1 rep. So you're going to do a total of 40 lunges. And what I want you to watch for with the form is we want to step out far enough that our knee doesn't come over our toes. Right? So when I step out, we should be dropping down, and you should be cognizant of not having this knee come too far forward so that it's actually eclipsing the front of your toes. You should be able to see the front of your toe on your shoes. And when you drop the back knee, we want to make sure you can drop it all the way to the ground, but it doesn't necessarily have to touch if you're not that flexible or you feel like you can't perform that safely with correct form. All right, so again, we'll do left and right. That'll be 1 rep. N is going to be our 30-second plank. All right, so just a little shorter, same forearm plank like we've been doing for time, but it's going to be 30 seconds. O is going to be 20 push-ups. Those are regular push-ups. P is going to be a new exercise, so that's 1 minute of skaters. All right, so skaters, it's a cardio exercise, but it's also going to attack our hamstrings and our glutes. So you're going to set your timer for 1 minute, and what we're going to do is we're going to do what we call skaters. All right, so with our skaters, we're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to go step into a back lunge with kind of focusing on swinging that back leg around. And if you'll notice, I'm kind of reaching and tapping at the side of my shoe that's planted in front. All right, so when you do this exercise, heart rate's going to go up, but you're going to feel more of that strain or that stretch in your hamstring and in your glute. All right, so again, try to maintain that pace for 1 minute as you're doing that exercise. Q is going to be 15 reverse lunges. So much like the demonstration that I did for the front lunge, for the reverse lunge, the only difference is we're going to keep the front foot planted and we're going to step back. All right, so every time again we do left and right, that's going to be 1 rep. All right, so again with the form, nice and slow, control the deceleration of your legs as you go down into that lunge. And we're just working different muscles when we do it as opposed to a front lunge when we go and step back with it. Okay, so make sure you focus and concentrate on that form. All right, so you're going to be doing 15 reverse lunges, so in effect we're doing 30 lunges for that. R is back to 10 burpees. Again, our burpees are with push-ups. S is 20 mountain climbers. T is going to be 20 jump squats. So again, with our workout that we had with the Tabata, we're going to be doing jumps straight up and down. This one is for reps, not for time. So again, focusing on shooting those hands up, getting down low in our squat, and then we're going to explode up like you're uncoiling a spring. All right, U is going to be 1 minute of taps or step ups. And again, this is something that I'm bringing back from the first workout. This is now for a minute, and with our taps, you're going to find the edge of a step again or a stair, and we're going to, for time, we're going to be going back and forth with our taps, lightly tapping, not pushing off the step. We don't want to push off it. We want to basically focus on just lightly tapping on top of it. So the higher the step, the more challenging it's going to be. But I want you to focus on getting again through that interval without stopping. V is going to be 40 jumping jacks. Again, those are pretty basic. W, we're going to go back to our chair or the edge of our sofa with 15 tricep dips. X is going to be our 15 crunches again. Y is going to be our 1 minute of alternating side lunges. All right, so stepping on either side, keeping those knees bent. And then Z is going to be 30 calf raises. All right, so going back to our stair outside or inside the house and focusing on stretching those calf muscles. All right, so basically what I want you to do is have fun with this workout, spell out your name, spell out the name of your friends. That way it's a different workout every time, and that's the beauty of these type of workouts where it's not a set regimen of exercises in order. It's basically different every time that you do it, much like the deck of cards. So every time you spell out somebody's name, it's a different workout, you feel it differently. If somebody has a certain name that's spelled a certain way where there's a lot of leg exercises in a row or a lot of cardio in a row, you're going to feel that a lot differently than somebody else's name that's spelled with a lot of strength exercises or a lot of upper body. All right, so I want you guys to have fun with that workout. It's Friday. We got through 5 of these workouts for this first week of kind of CYO at Home Workout Series. And again, I hope you guys are enjoying this. We're going to get started next week with a fresh set of exercises, changing up some of the formats, and maybe taking some of these workouts outside also, so that way you guys are getting a feel for stuff that you can do at home, inside or outside.